Hello, friends. Welcome to Humanology 2414. Good evening. Let's do stretching. Happy, is it Wednesday? Yeah, happy Wednesday evening. Uh, let's do stretching. Oops, I forgot to buy whiskey. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, let's do stretching. During the lunch hour, I went to different park. There was less mosquitoes, but there's still some. But there's this like twin bird tree, meaning bird tree like coming out of the same spot. So I grabbed one and put my feet to the other, and I did like kind of pulling exercise. That was nice. And I got a few mosquito bites, but it was worthwhile. Okay, I did two reps of that. That was good. And also 100 push-ups. Yeah, 50 is time. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, muscle exercise. At the park, yeah, using like trees or benches. Yeah, I like doing that stuff. Yeah, that was really good. Muscle exercise at the park, outdoors, okay? Yeah, I like doing that stuff. uh Yeah, that park is full of surprises, so many trails. Yeah. Like in Anchorage, okay? Yeah, you know, Campbell Creek, but there are many parks here and there in Anchorage, so it's one of them, okay? So, yeah, very good park. Ah. Okay. Now let's do back punching, okay? Hua, 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 hua. Or retraction. Okay, good. 5 minutes, thank you. Okay, good exercises. Okay, welcome back. We are back. Let's get back to mathematics. Some correction from yesterday. I said ordering of this symmetric permutation does not matter. Actually, I looked up in the internet. I mean, they deal with like in group theory, general permutation, okay, but we are specifically dealing with two types of symmetric permutation. Are there other kinds of symmetric permutation? I do not know. Okay, but this is all we need for now. Okay. But even in these two symmetric permutations, ordering actually does matter. Okay, sometimes. Okay, sometimes. And we make some examples. Okay, what is a permutation? It's a function between two sets of integers. Okay, just consecutive integers 1 through 6. Okay, and but let's refine our terminology. Okay, let me get some drinks though. Hmm? Yeah, let's relax. Happy Wednesday evening. Get some Tums. There's this nice small bird whose species name I do not know. It's not cicadis. I do not know what species it is. Like it's big, okay? Small bird. It comes to my yard very often nowadays daily. Very cute and probably recognize me, okay? So this bird like look at me, So and then catch some squiggly small caterpillars. Nice, it's very cute. Like in mouse, like this. Very cute, okay? So nice. Yeah. Okay, they're welcome guests. In my yard, birds, amazing. Very cute. Yeah. I want some chaga. Oh, what vodka am I in the mood of? Chaga, yeah, I want some chaga. Okay. Yeah, let's refine our terminology here, okay? Just like in linear algebra, vector algebra, inner swap and outer swap, okay? We have pairs, okay? Symmetric pairs. Okay. Within a pair, if we swap the two elements, positions, inner swap, okay? But if we have two pairs, so total numbers, four numbers, okay? And you swap the positions of two pairs, outer swap, okay? Yeah. Just like in vectors, like inner product, outer product, okay? For the ease of pronunciation. So why do I take Tums before I start drinking? To protect my esophagus. Otherwise, it's like heartburn. Happy Wednesday evening. Cheers. Okay, so let's practice, okay? Uh, okay, so let's talk about two inner swaps. Two inner swaps, it does not matter. Ordering does not matter. Okay. For example, small example. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 inner swap. Two and then one is equal to, so inner swap two. Uh, we have first pair and then second pair. Okay, we count from the outer layer. Okay, and so second pair swap it. Okay, so okay, and then inner swap one. Yeah, outer pair swap it. Okay, but if we switch the ordering, first pair first, and then second pair next. Okay, so yeah, ordering when it comes to two inner swaps, ordering does not matter. Okay, yeah, but ordering matters when we do two outer swaps. Okay, for example, if we two outer swaps, okay, again, outer swap one, two, that's like we have first layer and we have second layer. Okay, swap it. Then 2, 3 with a second layer and third layer. Swap it. So 1 and 6 go to the position of former position of 3 and 4. 3 and 4 go to the former position of 1 and 6. Okay. Okay. Now different ordering. Outer 2, 3 first, and then 1, 2 later. 2, 3 we have second layer and third layer. Okay. Ah. And then first layer and second layer. And that's different. Okay. Yeah. So counter example there. One more. Um, after 5 minutes break. But if you want to try to make an example where uh, inner swap and outer swap, okay? So two operations, inner swap first, then outer swap second, is different from outer swap first, then inner swap first. So they're not commutative, okay? If you want to make that example, where beginning input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? No, it doesn't have to be. Well, yeah, better be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the input, okay? And final example where final example of one inner swap and one outer swap, whereby when you do inner swap then outer swap, it becomes something, and then you apply same input but outer swap first, then inner swap, and then the result will be different. Okay, if you want to make that example. Okay, yeah, 5 minutes break. Thank you. Let's start cooking my dinner. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, 5 minutes. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to make the example, if you want to, okay, yeah, feel free. Okay, 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's do it together. You need more time? I do. I haven't drank at all. Let me drink some, okay? Cheers. Mm-hmm. Make some room. We're doing permutation, okay? Group theory, we do not need that. There's just some group theory, what is a group? The strict formal definition of group, right? We do not need that. All right? Yeah. You just need permutation functions, only two of them. Two symmetric permutation functions, that's all we need. Okay? But it's good that I study group theory just a little bit, okay? Because permutation it's interesting concept, okay? And it comes out quite often. It's important, okay? Yeah. Permutation function. But this is different convention from what they use, but inspired by, influenced by what they did, their notational convention. But it's not the same. Okay? It does not have to be, okay? We do our own things, okay? So, yeah. So, input. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? It's a vector. It's like six-dimensional vector. It's like six tuple, like 1, 2, 3. Because ordering matters. Okay? Yeah. It's like six-dimensional coordinate, kinda, okay? Okay, now, first, inner swap. Second, outer swap. Okay? Inner swap. Yeah, first pair, swap it. And then outer swap 1, 2. First pair, second pair, switch their positions. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, now, different ordering. Outer swap first. Hmm. Let me drink some. Cheers. When I do mathematics, hey, thank you for joining us, okay? So, but right now I'm home alone, so because this is pre-recorded, okay? So when but thank you for joining us later after recording is done. But right now I'm alone, so yeah, this Chagabatka is my companionship. Is my companion, okay? When I do mathematics. Oh, why do I drink? Yeah, yeah, I like the buzz it gives me to be happy, to have fun. Then when I'm not drunk, when I'm not drinking, am I unhappy? No. Look, I'm a happy person. It's just that after work, I do mathematics like this sometimes, right? I want to enjoy it. Okay, yeah. To add some more enjoyment. Okay, yeah, sure. That's what I drink, right? But how small sip there I drink each time. Okay, you see that? I drink very slowly. Okay, in moderation. All right. So first pair, second pair, swap their position. and then inner swap. First pair, inner swap, okay? Yeah, that's the front, okay? Good. It's very, very basic stuff, okay? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, because we need to familiarize ourselves with these two different operations, two symmetric permutations. That's all we need when we study this inverse. Because what I realized the past few days is that a inverse set is more like inverse vector, okay? Like for 7, 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, that's the seventh inverse vector. Okay? What does that mean? So that's seventh inverse vector. We call it like this. 7 inverse vector, okay? Kinda, because what we're talking about here is this, okay? So, uh, 1 over there, so this is same as 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. This is same as 1, 1, okay? 1 inverse 7, 2 inverse 7, 3 inverse 7. So that's what that is, okay? So, okay? Like 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 4, 4 times 2 is 8, which is 1, row 7, okay? 5 times 3, yeah, 15, which is 1, row 7, okay? And blah, 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 okay? So, yeah, 6 times 6, that's 36, which is 1 plus 35. So that's 1, row 7, okay? Yeah, so those are mean verses of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? Uh, yeah, so, and it's a vector because ordering matters, okay? So we denote it as 7 inverse vector. 7 inverse vector. Okay, sure. The inverse vector of 7. Yeah, so yeah, we came up with a new nice notational convention there. Yeah, cheers. Okay. And this 7 inverse vector can be expressed as 3 symmetric permutations. Okay. How to get 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6 from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did that yesterday, right? Yeah. Inner swap 2, inner swap 3, then outer swap 2, 3. Okay. Input, because it's 7 inverse vector, yeah, input is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah. And what I want to see is, what I'm curious about is, so, okay, here, 7 is a prime number. That's why all the lesser numbers, all the lesser numbers, their coprime is 7 because 7 is a coprime, okay? But when the base number is not a prime number, then we have some blanks, okay? But we're gonna deal with that later, okay? I want to see if there's some pattern here, okay? So after 5 minutes break, What's the next prime number? 11? Yeah, we'll check out 11. What? And see what would be 11 inverse vectors representation in terms of permutations like this. Okay? I'm curious if there's a pattern. Okay? If there's a pattern, then we can come up with a formula and then prove it. Okay, just like we always do in mathematics. Okay? Yeah. Make some examples, see if there's a pattern. If there's a pattern, yeah, come up with a hypothetical formula. After that, prove it and make it into a theorem. So welcome to human school, okay? Yeah, cheers. 5 is break, okay? Okay, nice. Uh, but I do not know whether we are going to find anything here. I do not know. We're exploring, okay? Yeah, but it would be nice if we find something. Yeah, let's see. Uncharted territory. Yep. Well, let's take a brief break from mathematics, okay? About 3 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that, okay? We was working in Wasilla, okay? So nowadays I work in Anchorage, okay? In the morning, like during the summertime, I was going to work in the morning, and then a honeybee landed in front of my car, like between the hood and the windshield, okay? So very cute, okay? So I just started driving, and then I went to work in Wasilla downtown, and then parked my car. It was riding for free. all this time. And then it flew away, okay? Yeah, later on. Yeah, but honeybee is not native to Alaska. They import the queen bee, the honeybee farmers in Alaska. Okay, yeah, very cute. Yeah, nice. Right? Yeah. Bumblebees, they are native to Alaska, okay? Sometimes they come to my yard, okay? Yeah. But they produce very little honey. Bumblebees, okay. They're very cute too. Yeah. Example 11, let's do it tomorrow. Okay? Now let's talk about something else, okay? Like yesterday. Okay, yeah, yeah. Example 11 we'll do later. Tomorrow, possibly. Well, yeah. Yeah, let's relax and talk about whatever comes to mind. Uh, so is mathematics science? Yeah, yeah, let's answer that question, okay? The thing is this, okay? What's a science? Okay, so science, good science, the bad science and good science, okay? Albert Einstein's special general relativity, bad science, okay? Because they're wrong. All right? I mean, religion, I appreciate religion, but idolizing Albert Einstein and accepting his theory, that's blindly, that's idolatry, bad kind, okay? So that's more like bad kind of religion, okay? How about Mr. Jesus, okay? Blindly idolizing Mr. Jesus, I do not think it's good, okay? Because just like Mr. Albert Einstein, okay? Did Mr. Albert Einstein some good theories? I'm sure he does, okay? Other than special general relativity theories, Brownian motion, some other physicists or statisticians, mathematicians disproved it. Okay, so Albert Einstein was wrong so many times. He's overrated. But his photoelectric effect in physics, that was good. That's what he got Nobel Prize for, rightfully so, okay? So Albert Einstein is a human being, so hits and misses, goods and bads. How about Mr. Jesus? In my opinion, respectfully, I think his Mr. Jesus' theories, goods and bads. In my opinion, I think he was just a human being. Okay, uh, but then what about idolizing Mr. Jesus, like in Christianity? I, 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 but it's not a science. In religion, it's kind of more allowed than in science. Idolizing a human being. Okay, in religion, it's a little bit more allowed than in science. In science, they should not do that. They should never do that. Like accepting Albert Einstein's theory just because it came from Albert Einstein, blindly accepting it without criticizing it, without questioning it. That's bad attitude in science. Scientists should never do that. Okay? Yeah. But in religion, it's a little bit more allowed. Why? Because religion is what I appreciate about religion is that it gives us comfort. When I was a Christian, when I was in high school, well, more like middle school. When I was bullied in seventh grade, it was the Christianity that gave me mental comfort. To me, churches, when I was in middle school, seventh grade, when I was bullied that year, it was 2000, it was 1991, first grade in first year in seventh grade, fourth grade in Korean middle school. I was bullied for 1 year. Okay, Christianity was all that I had. Okay, it gave me comfort. It's almost like a mental therapy session. Okay, going to Friday night gospel group singing session, singing. Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, church band, okay? I was not a member of that band, okay? But as an audience, singing together, it really tremendous helped me. Yeah, we sang about Mr. Jesus and God, Mr. God, okay? So idolizing Mr. Jesus, there's some good part in there. I recognize it, okay? But as a humanologist, as a former ex-Christian, I appreciate Christianity, but as a humanologist, when I look at Mr. Jesus' theories, his philosophy, his ethical, moralistic theories, his theories about human being, I see some hits and misses, goods and bads. Okay. Now, how about okay? So now let's talk about just good science, good kind of science. Okay, this is so important. Okay, good kind of science is this. It's about objectivity. It's about data. Good kind of science. Okay, observation, objectively, no bias, no politics, no religion, no ideology, no personal feelings. No. Okay, let's say hypothetically, I'm an editor of a peer-reviewed journal. Hypothetically, because I'm not. Okay, but okay, there's some submissions of let's say physics papers. When I read it, should be objective. I should not care about the writer of this academic paper in physics, with the race, gender, age, political affiliation, none of that. Okay? Gender, age, race, ethnicity, national origin, or political affiliation of this author, writer of this academic paper. I should not think of any of that. No, no. Just, okay, you have some theory, hypothesis, you have some data, okay? Objectivity. So that's good science, good scientific attitude, approach. Okay? When I do mathematics, yeah, we just did that, right? It's dealing with numbers. Yesterday I thought it wrong. I thought ordering of this permutation operation does not matter. But later, so earlier today, I think, maybe in the morning before work, okay, yeah, I looked up in the Google, Gemini AI, okay. And then in general, in permutation, in like group theory, yeah, they're not commutative operation. Like A circle B is not the same as B circle A. Okay, so ordering does matter in general. Yeah, some permutations, like we saw earlier today, ordering does not matter. Okay, but there are more instances where ordering does make difference. Okay, yeah. So I was wrong yesterday. So I corrected myself. Okay, so that's science. Okay, it's about objectivity. Yeah, we make mistakes. Yeah. We're only humans. Oh, yeah. No, 5 minutes break. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, in a way, mathematics is a science, okay, because it has to be objective. Okay, yeah. 5 minutes break. Thank you. Okay, now let's come up with a new word, neologism. Okay, so spectry instead of binary, spectry. How about that? Okay, spectrum of things. So science is very much like binary. Okay, because this equation, this theory is either right or wrong. A theory, it can be like it could be spectral too. Like maybe 70% right, 30% wrong. Okay, it could be theory. Okay, but when it comes to equation, it's either it's right or wrong. Okay, so it's quite binary. Okay, uh, so more science is more like binary. Okay, so objective, and when this scientific theory is true, correct, it's true everywhere in China, America, Korea. It's true everywhere. That's why mathematics, mathematical theory, when it's right, is taught internationally, like algebra, geometry, in all countries. Okay, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, those operations. It's true. So it's taught in everywhere, all different countries, regardless of their religion, politics, language, ethnicity, age, political affiliation is independent of that because those are the science. Although sometimes wrong scientific theories like special general relativity by Albert Einstein is being taught everywhere in the world, internationally. Why? Because they're misguided. Okay, but in my opinion, in my prediction, they will change. Okay, maybe it may take 20, 30, 50 years. My guess is like 20 to 30 years. That was my guess. Okay. Yeah. Or it may take longer. I don't. I don't know. Okay. But it does not matter. Okay. Why? It's not. It's not very harmful error. Albert Einstein's error. It's not. I do not want to say it's harmless because it's wasting a lot of money. Okay. A lot of people's time to wrong theory. Okay. But it's not too harmful. Okay. That's why it's not a big deal. Like how long it will take before mainstream people realize that he was wrong. Okay, so it's not too important. It's not. Okay, that's why I'm not concerned. Oh, like Galileo Galilei, he said, yeah, yes, the sun does not revolve around the planet Earth. It's the other way. The planet Earth revolve around the sun. Okay, he got into trouble for saying that from Catholic churches back in like what year was that? 1500s AD or something in Italy, okay. But so he lied so that he get out of that trouble. Yeah, I was wrong. I made some errors. Maybe my brand new telescope, maybe it's not that good. Okay. So yeah, I was wrong. You're right. You're right. Okay. So yeah, let me get out of here. Okay. So that's what happened. I kind of adding my own stuff, paraphrasing to make it more comical. Okay. So comical. But Galileo Galilei is a busy guy. He does not have time to spend time with these people who does not understand science. Okay, so yeah, he just got out of there. Okay, so he lied, to not waste any more of his precious time. Okay, because he's a scientist. Okay, he's like my interpretation is like you do not like my theory. That's fine. Yeah, do not like my theory. It's your freedom. Okay, so yeah, I'm done with you. Okay, yeah, I'm out of here. That's kind of one way to look at it. Okay, so because I am that way. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was nicer than me. Okay, but that's my attitude. Okay, yeah. If people do not like my theory, that's fine. It's your freedom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not trying to convince them, persuade them. No, I'm busy. Okay. Yeah. I move on to next project in science. Okay. Yeah. Welcome to human school. Human show. So yeah, good science is objective. It's taught everywhere, regardless of their race, nationality, or language. Does not matter. Okay, yeah, it's about good science is about objectivity. It's true everywhere. How about non-science? We're talking about politics, ideologies, religions. Okay, languages. Yeah, is spectrality, spectral. Okay, it's diversity. Okay, so it's subjective as opposed to objectivity in science. Okay, it depends on their old customs, traditions, their country, nationality, sometimes, yeah, age, level, gender, ethnicity, skin color, race. Those do factor in when it comes to politics, religions, and ideologies. It does. Okay. Hmm? It, well, 5 minutes break, vocal rest. Because the whole other subject, non-science, subjectivity. So welcome to humanology, okay? Yeah. Now we are kind of doing like anthropology, sociology, philosophy, right? Yeah, we do that too in humanology school, okay? Yeah. Mathematics is one of many things that we do here, okay? Yeah. 5 minutes break for correct. Now, time check. Uh, for correct. It's been 1 hour. Let's ventilate. All right, welcome to humanology school. Whew. Oh. All right. Correct. So uh, now let's get back to mathematics. Okay, so number system is the number system we use is from Arabs. Okay, the Middle East, North Africa, Arabic number system. Okay, originally. Okay, but it's universally accepted now internationally. Okay, although we pronounce it differently, like one, two, three in Korean, 1, 2, 3 in German, eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, nine, 10. Okay, because I'm studying German language these days. Okay, in Spanish, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. 8 in Spanish. I don't remember. Okay, but you get the idea. Okay, but all different countries pronounce it differently. But yeah, same letter one, two, three. It looks the same. Okay, why? Is this originally from Middle East Arabic number system? Okay, because people realize that it's convenient and efficient. Then their own number lettering. In China, oh, they have their own number lettering, like one, two, three, four. Yeah, I know some Chinese letters because I grew up in Korea. Okay, yeah, okay. But they adopted Arabic number system internationally. Okay. So again, science is about objectivity. Okay, yeah, efficiency. It's kind of like absolutism. Okay, so but non-science, we are talking about politics, ideologies, religions. About maybe music, fine arts. That's a little bit different. We'll talk about that later because there's some objectivity element there. Okay, like pop, what like Billboard chart number one, the kind of song that is accepted by more number of people. Or Pablo Picasso, fine art, that is accepted by more number of people. Literature, or novel like Shakespeare or Mark Twain or yeah, those are famous writers. Okay, the kind of writers' works it could be novel like Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, whoever. Okay, or musicians like Bach, Mozart, Michael Jackson dancing or like Madonna or dancing, singing or okay, yeah. There's some objectivity element there, like more widely accepted, more popular the famous celebrities in fine arts, music, dancing. So that in that area, yeah, there's some objectivity there. Okay. Although different people like different music, different movies, different people like different novels. So those are the subjectivity element there. Okay. Yeah. Now, how about politics, ideology, religion? That's like subjective in a sense that is those are ideological groups, okay, in human school, okay. It's like set of rules and it's the custom, tradition, the places they grew up, spent their childhood, their family, inheritance, influenced by their community, childhood, hometown, the country that they grew up as a child or teenager. Okay, it's some of the things that they are used to when they're exposed to that kind of ideological environment. Okay, then how about language? Yeah, again, language is a set of rules. Okay, mathematics is also ideology, it's a set of rules. Okay, in human school, yeah, everything is ideology. Okay, Ideology is defined as set of rules. Okay, but yeah, languages, yeah, it's something we grew up in, just native language. Second, third, fourth language, yeah, so it's something that we consciously learn later on, right? Yeah. Okay. So is language subjective or objective? If you want to think about it, okay, is language subjective or objective, or is it both? Okay, yeah. If you want to think about it, okay, 5 minutes break for rest, okay? Thank you. All right, back to the human school, okay? Yeah, nice, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh. Okay, now we're talking about linguistics. Yeah, sure. I did publish a paper about linguistics actually. Okay, so yeah, the three consonant group. Okay, like labial, alveolar, and then velar. Okay, m, d, h. Okay, three consonant group. Okay, yeah, I did write a paper and published about it. Okay, so not peer reviewed journal, just some nice websites for independent scientists like me, like Vixra.org, ssrn.com, ssrn.com or .org. Okay, yeah, so it's so cool, okay? Do that great websites for independent scientists like me. Scholars, okay? Anyway, yeah, is linguistics language? Is it subjective or objective? Huh? You need more time? Well, I know I do. I want more drinks, okay? So, okay. Uh, I would answer the question as both, okay? Both subjective and objective, okay? And I'll tell you why, okay? You may be smarter than me. I want you to be smarter than me, okay? But your answer may be better than mine, okay? But the way I think about language is this, okay? It's subjective in a sense that different countries call Apple different way, their own way. It's subjective because there's variation. It's not like one truth, universal truth. It's not like that in language, in linguistics, okay? Apple in Korea. they call it 사과. In France, they call it pom. In Spain, they call it manzana. Okay? Other languages, how they call it apple? Yeah, in Germany, yeah, they call it Apfel. Okay? In English, apple. Okay? So there's some subjectivity element there. Different, it depends on the country. It's relative to geological location, languages. Okay? But objectivity part is this. In America, where we speak English, there's only one spelling, APPLE. That's objectivity part. Okay? In France, yeah, POMME, bomb. In Korea, 사과. There's only one correct spelling of how to say it, how to write apple. In Spain or Spanish-speaking countries, manzana, MANZANA. Okay, so that's objectivity part within a locality of the language. Okay. Hmm? And how about customs, traditions, like greeting? Okay, like in Korea, when a junior meets a senior, how does a junior greet a senior? Yeah, kind of bow down. Okay. Okay. In other countries, for females back in the days in Europe, yeah, genuflection, like bending the knee a little bit. Okay, genuflection. Okay, like in back in the days in Europe. Okay, like for females. Okay, like okay, yeah, like that was like some historical TV shows or movies, Western European tradition, like maybe Amadeus or Mozart. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, it's called genuflection. Okay, bending the knees, but that's for females. Okay. Also, Western tradition, yeah, shaking hands, right? But that was introduced from the West to Asia. That's not Asian tradition. Oh no. So how to greet people? It depends on the regions. It could be European tradition or Middle Eastern tradition, African tradition, or Asian tradition. All it depends. Gesture, body language. It's subjective to the region, locality, countries, and yeah, ethnicities, races, and geographical locations. It's relative to that. So it's subjective in that sense. But within that locality, it is objective. Within that country, like in Korea, yeah, juniors bow down to seniors when they greet. That's their rule in Asia. That's objectivity within that locality of Asia. Okay. So yeah, so there's some subjectivity elements that across the regions, across continents, but inside of a country is objective. Across the countries, subjective. Just like languages, okay? Yeah, nice. We found some common denominator there. Good. Yeah, nice. Discovering something new every day in human art school. Welcome to human art school, okay? Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Time check now. We're having fun, huh? Quite academically. So welcome to human art school. Okay. Yeah, we talk about like linguistics, religion and language, science, but it's fun, right? Yeah, humanitarian school is like that. Yeah, we're academic, but at the same time, it's not boring. It's not boring. It's very fun, very entertaining. Okay, so welcome to human school. Okay, yeah, 5 minutes break. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, that's the magic of human knowledge school. Okay, yeah, 5 minutes. Thank you. Right. Now, okay, so subjectivity, objectivity, okay. So subjectivity is like depends on people's background, where they grew up, their parents, okay, their community, township. It's the subjectivity, okay. So like this person's religion. Okay, if somebody is Christian or is Muslim or uh whatever religion they may have, Buddhist, okay, so they did not invent that religion. They grew up in that environment, or maybe after they became adult, they may be curious about their religion and start to attend their gathering, and then they converted to that religion. Yeah, that happens too sometimes. Okay, so uh, and they have different traditions in those different religions. Okay, the way they pray, meditate. Okay, and maybe they try that some time, and then maybe they do not like it, so they move out of there, try another religion. Okay, oh, maybe come up with their own religion even. Okay, in my case, I did humanology as a religion. Okay, so it all depends. Okay, yeah, religion is quite subjective. Okay, yeah, it is, and which is fine. It's not a science. It's diversity, science versus religion. Okay, it's okay. Okay, yeah, of course. Uh huh. Yeah. Like people's opinion about divinity, okay? It depends on people, depends on countries, religions. Okay, yeah. It's very highly subjective. Yeah. I mean, in Bible, God, Book of Genesis, they say God created humans after His own image. In Book of Genesis, Bible, in Christianity, okay, Abrahamic religion like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, okay. But in humanized school, maybe it's the other way. Maybe humans envision God or goddess after oneself. Maybe divinity is image of humans. Okay? Because some philosophers have said that, yeah, God did not create humans. Humans created God. A little bit atheistic, okay? But I appreciate atheism too. I do, okay? Yeah. Diversity, okay? Although I do believe in divinity, okay? Existence zero. Now we are talking about theology, okay? Welcome to human school. Yeah. I just regret that I do not have whiskey with me, okay? I'll buy it tomorrow. Okay? Today I forgot, okay? But if I offended anybody, I apologize because some religions prohibit alcohol, but I do not subscribe to any other traditional religions. Okay, so but if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, but I do not subscribe to any traditional religions. Okay, I have my own religion, humanology. Okay, so mhm. Yeah. So people's idea concepts about divinity, gods, goddesses, is highly subjective. Welcome to religion, okay? It's very, very subjective because it's about imagination, okay? Maybe they envision divinity, gods, goddesses after their own self, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, 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 it's so cool. But we are not talking about science now. We are talking about religion. Highly subjective. It's about individual background, experience, observation. So when people envision how does goddess look like, or how they are like in their personality, character, highly subjective. We're talking about imagination. Okay. Yeah. So that's very cool. It's different from science, but we appreciate religions. Yes, I do. Yeah. Don't you? I hope you do. Hmm. That's the finance break for chorus, okay? Yeah. Time check. We're having a lot of fun today, academically. Yeah. We got more than 30 minutes left, okay? Yeah. Finance break for chorus, thank you. All right, we're going to humor school. Yeah. We are entertainment with education and vice versa, okay? Oh yeah, so let's talk about story time, okay? So yeah, in human school, well, entertainment is education, vice versa, okay? So we start with mathematics today, and then later on, yeah, noon science. Now story time, okay? So education, then halfway between education and entertainment, now entertainment, okay? So gradual transition there, okay? Yeah, so when I was a teenager, I was like confused teenager. We're talking about 1990s when I was in high school. Right, yeah, confused teenager I was. Okay, philosophical inquiries. That's cool, that's natural. Okay, yeah, that's so cool. Like, what is life? Okay, what am I? What's the reason of my being, existence? Existential inquiries, philosophical and like, should I go to college or like, should I graduate from high school? Like, because I have dual citizenship between South Korea and America. Okay, should I like go to America now before I graduate from high school, or like should I get a job, or what's the meaning of life? What's life is about? What's this universe is about? What's this universe, world? Why am I here? Why do I exist? Like, is there God? Or should I go to university? Should I graduate from high school? I have very turbulent high school days in South Korea. We are talking about 1990s, okay? When I was a teenager, okay? I remember, yeah, I have good memory. And my uncles, my aunts, they're like sisters, brothers of my father, my mother. They provide me very good mentorship, many of them, okay? I pay them visit. But they live in South Korea, okay? My father's side, many aunts and uncles. My mother's side, many uncles and aunts, okay? And they're great, successful, wise adults, my uncles, my aunts, okay? And different perspective from my own parents. My parents, they're great. But I wanted to learn some more, some different perspectives, aspects, angles. My aunts and uncles, when I paid them visit when I was a teenager, South Korea, high school student, they did give me good advices, mentorship. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So one of them said, because I said like, yeah, look, I'm in South Korea, high school. I want to go to America. I'm paraphrasing the conversation, okay? And my uncle, some of my uncles and aunts said because they did travel to America, I haven't before that. Okay. Yeah, and also they're wise. They're in their 50s, 40s. They're adults. I was like, what, 16, 15. And they told me, hey, okay, Honky, you want to go to America? Do you think, do you really think it's that different from Korea? I'm telling you, it's not that different. And I did not understand what they were saying back then. I just wanted to get out of Korea. I was a teenager, like 15, 16, something like that, in high school. Okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Yeah, in America, in South Korea, yeah, yeah, some similarity, some contrast, but I understand what you're saying. I didn't back then, 1990s, like 30 years ago. I'm 47. 30 years ago, yeah, I was like 17, but it was a couple years back then. Okay, before that, I was like 16, 17, 15, something like that. Okay. I didn't understand what they're saying. Okay, they're saying America and South Korea is pretty much the same. I could not believe what you're saying. I had no idea what they meant. They've been to America, they've been traveling to other countries, and they're in the 40s, 50s. I was like 16, 15, teenager who never been to foreign countries outside of South Korea, okay? I did not understand what they were saying back then. About 31, 32 years ago, okay? I couldn't believe it. I maybe I refused to believe it, okay? Maybe I was envisioning America as a utopia where everything is so perfect. Maybe I wanted to escape from reality of South Korea back in 1990s. High school, very strict discipline, all that mandatory studying of English language, memorizing the spelling, pronunciation, even the location of accents in a word, English word, okay? And all the mathematics too. Okay. Well, mathematics, yeah, I enjoyed it, but English, that was tough. Foreign language, okay? That one was not easy. Because I had to memorize words, how they spell, how they pronounce, location of accent in a word. It's like apple or apple. We had to memorize all that stuff. Okay. Oh, it was not easy to learn English. When I was in South Korea, it was struggle. It was not easy. It was Korean language and English language is not related at all. Okay. Yeah. There's there's a lot to learn. English language, okay? Every single word we have to memorize spelling at least, okay? We have to memorize small English dictionary, okay? Apple, pear, grape, melon, apricot, peach, fruits alone. How many fruits are there? You have to learn it all over again in English language as a Korean students. How to spell these fruits. At least 10 of them, okay? Well, that's more middle school level. In high school level, maybe 20 fruits. It's a lot of work, okay? But when I was in high school in South Korea, 1990s, uh, maybe it's kind of like wishful thinking. Maybe if I go to America, maybe it's a lot easier. Maybe it's like paradise, utopia, where everybody's nice, everything is easy in America. Maybe I do not have to study in America. Maybe I do not have to work in America. Maybe there are a lot of money, free food in America. Maybe it's like a paradise there. That's kind of what I thought when I was in South Korea. And my aunts, my uncles corrected me. They're like, okay, Honky, you're young, you're a teenager in high school, you never went to outside of Korea. You think what, America is better than Korea? You think America is different from Korea? They told me it's not, and they were right. Now I know. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? But back then, I had no idea what they was talking about. I was like, "What? I saw the Hollywood movies, Hollywood TV shows, American TV shows, American movies. I've seen it as a teenager in South Korea. It looks so nice. It looks so perfect. Everyone's nice. Everyone's smiling. They have food, and they're not working. Hollywood movies, Hollywood TV shows, they're just making some jokes. Hollywood American movies, TV shows, they're not working. No, they're making jokes. They're eating food, drinking water, smiling, laughing, making jokes, happy. Maybe that's what America is like. Utopia. That's kind of what I thought. As a teenager in South Korea, I'm not making this up, okay? Yeah. I'm not that creative. Mhm. 5 minutes break for chorus. Okay, how much time do we have left? We have 12 limit, okay, so. Yeah, we got like 15 minutes left, okay, so. All right, yeah, but we have tomorrow too, okay, so, yeah, uh, 3 minutes break, okay? We got 15 minutes left. 3 minutes break, thank you. Yeah, welcome to Human Show, okay? We are now doing entertainment, okay? Back then, about 1 hour ago, Human School, we talking about some science and stuff, okay? So now it's humorous show, okay? Entertainment, okay? 3 minutes break, thank you. Now also I'm kind of more drunk too, okay? That's cool. Okay, welcome back. We are back. Well, we got like 10 minutes left. So, in Korea, okay, America, United States of America, USA, in Korean word is called Miguk, based on Chinese old characters, hieroglyphic, hieroglyph. Okay, yeah, this old Chinese characters. Okay, Miguk. That's how Koreans and also Chinese, Japanese refer to United States of America. Okay, what do you know what that means? You may not know this. Okay, but if you are Koreans, Chinese, or Japanese, or even Vietnamese, okay, so which uh, or Taiwanese, okay, Eastern Asia, they use Chinese old characters, okay. Some of them still do, okay. So Korean pronunciation for America is 미국. Do you know what that means? I tell you. 미 means beautiful. 국 means country. So 미국 means beautiful country. I'm not making this up, okay? Yeah. I don't know the origination of that genesis of that terminology. In Far East Asia, okay, like China, Korea, Japan, somehow they described America, United States of America, USA, as a beautiful country. 미국, okay? Like utopia, okay? Like Hollywood, TV shows, movies from Los Angeles, California, okay? Yeah, imported to Asia, Far East Asia, okay, because like including South Korea, okay. Yeah, it's, the food, water, and everyone's smiling, everyone's beautiful. Actors, actresses in Los Angeles, California, Hollywood, okay. Yeah, it's like very beautiful, okay. Yeah. Lighting technicians, filmmakers, okay, producers, directors. So as a growing up as a teenager in South Korea, 1990s, I watched those movies in television. So I was like, let's go there. Let's get out of here. Yeah, South Korea, high school, too much studying. So I dropped out. I went AWOL, absence without leave. Leave means like permission, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry, okay, but yeah, I just want to get out of South Korea. Let's go to America. Yeah, let's go to Hollywood, Los Angeles, California, okay. So I put some tickets because I was born in America, okay. So dual citizenship, I have an American passport, so I flew, okay, airplane without my parents' permission, without my school's permission, AWOL during the spring semester, I think. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, 1990s. Maybe 1995, okay. Time check now. Total time. Uh, we got like 10 minutes left. We take 2 minutes break. I need some vocal rest. I'm 47, okay. So 2 minutes, thank you. Vocal rest. All right. Yeah. Ugh. Back stretching. Yeah, so I'm kind of paraphrasing from what happened, what people said, what I don't, people said, what I said, paraphrasing, okay? Then I'm 47, okay? So yeah, so I wanted to see America myself, kind of paraphrasing, okay? Yeah, is America reality from Korea, or is it pretty much the same? Again, I'm kind of paraphrasing, okay? Yeah. So I wanted to experience America myself. I cannot wait until I graduate from South Korea high school. I went AWOL. I just dropped out basically. Okay, so yeah, I borrowed some money from other kind and generous aunts, uncles, and my friends. Yeah, bought airplane ticket one way. I flew from South Korea to Los Angeles, California. Just like 1995, somewhere around there, when I was like 15, 16, 17, or whatever, 15, around there, okay, 1997, not, no, not 1995, somewhere around there, okay. So I guess I was like 17 or something, around there, okay. So I arrived, now time check, story time. The 12 minute, okay. We have more than 5 minutes left, okay. So yeah, I bought airplane, one-way airplane ticket, and I flew from South Korea to Los Angeles, California, okay. 1995, somewhere around there, okay. Alone, as a teenager, okay. I was like 15, 16, around there, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a long flight, maybe 20 hours from South Korea to Los Angeles, California, okay. Yeah, around there. Okay. Yeah. Alone. Yeah, as a teenager. I'm not recommending people to do this. I'm just telling you what I did. That I'm an adventurer, okay? Back then, when I was young, a risk taker, okay? Let's check out America. Is America the same as Hollywood movies? Or is it pretty much the same as South Korea? I want to save myself. I'm paraphrasing. Back then, I was a clueless teenager. I did not think all that, but I'm kind of injecting my 47-year-old old knowledge level to that teenager myself, okay? Injecting myself. Other was cheating, okay? So let's see America myself, okay? As opposed to watching Hollywood movies in Korean TV show, Korean TV channel. Let's see it with my own eyes, America. Is the same as Korea or is it different? I want to see it with my own two eyes, okay? So after what, 20 hours flight across Pacific Ocean, I arrived in LAX, okay? Los Angeles, California International Airport, okay? Alone. As like about 16, 15 years old, teenager from South Korea. Yeah, with American passport because I was born in America, okay? 1978. Okay. Now time check. Yeah, we got like 5 minutes left, okay? So 1 minute break, okay? I need some break. Thank you. 147, okay. Yeah, so how many minutes do we have left? We got 12 minutes, okay? We make it real quick, okay? So yeah, we can continue tomorrow, okay? So some other time. We got like 3 minutes left. Yeah, so I arrived in Los Angeles, California International Airport, LAX, okay? So alone, I was like what, 15, 16, somewhere around there, okay? I think it was like 1995 or 1996, somewhere around there. Okay, so I'm in America. Okay, good. Okay, so alone as a teenager, around there in 1995, somewhere around there. Okay, so okay, so this is America. My English. Look, I was a high school student from South Korea. Okay, struggling about learning English language. Okay, but I was A student, top A student. Okay, but it was not good enough. Okay, so I got out of the airport. Okay, no welcome party, nobody that I recognize in different country from South Korea to Los Angeles, California, America. Okay, nobody. When I got out of that gate, indoors, airport, LAX. Okay, indoors still. Okay, yeah. I looked at people. They're waiting for their friends or family members, and they looked at me. Total random stranger, right? And I did not recognize anybody. Okay, yeah, because it's my first time in America. I was born in America, 1978. Okay, I was baby back then. Ithaca, New York. Okay, when my parents were there. Okay, yeah. My father doing PhD. Okay, but I grew up in South Korea. Okay, so now how many minutes do we have? Well, less than 1 minute. Okay, we're gonna have to continue tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay. See you tomorrow. All right. Or some other time. Continue the story, okay? Sultan. Yeah. Thank you. Yep.